All right, welcome into Daily Fix on it's a Friday, Red Friday for some of you all. We appreciate you joining us. This is the Daily Fix every day, 12 noon Central Standard Time, right here, presented by Foolish Club Media. I'm Ron Hughley, right there in that little box where he rightfully belongs. It's Steve Serta. Hello, Steve.
Hi.
It's been pretty good this week, Steve. Been pretty good this week. Not bad. No, man, we appreciate you. However you are stopping by and listening to us, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, YouTube, we appreciate you. One, hey, please tell some friends, share all of that good stuff. And what I do need you to do is head to our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, Foolish Club Media. If you have not done so, please head over there, like and subscribe as we continue to build this thing. There's so much great content that you can get weekly. There is going to be great content coming down the pipe. As hey, just this morning, the number one Chiefs podcast in my heart, show in BK dropped, and it drops every Friday morning. Wednesday, Brian's World dropped, and Veach season drops during the season or during the week, and then obviously the post game show. You'll be able to hear it, and Serta and Rocky are happy, baby. A noon game. That means they got a regular first. They can have a good rest of their Sunday after the post game show, baby.
I'm excited about it. It's
I
going to
know
be
you.
weird. We haven't had a lot of those this season. And Rocky's actually going to be out this week, so it's going to be me and Kramer handling things on Sunday.
Well, there you go. Well, hell, and then get ready though, because it'll return back to regular programming to have a Saturday game bust through, and then a Wednesday on Christmas. So that ought to be fun. But no, go and connect, and remember, if you don't do so, you're preventing my three children from eating. Not gonna hold you long as always. I want to hit this. I don't understand what's up with the new swag from the playmaker Michael Irvin, but we got to address this, Serta. I mean, this is, it's a thing, and I don't know how I feel about it. And is this the week? Is this gonna be the week? We'll get to that, but first, let's get with the news there that's breaking, and maybe you haven't heard it talked about. If you're listening to Show and BK, you heard it a little bit there. But Hollywood Brown received his final clearance to practice, paving the way for him to play before the regular season ends. So it looks like he's going to practice today, kind of get his feet wet. Obviously, I don't, he's not going to play Sunday, but I could see a point sort of that he maybe plays within the next couple of weeks. Maybe he goes against the Texans. Maybe they say, all right, we don't want you to have to go Saturday to Wednesday, and maybe they hold him out from the Texans game and they play him Wednesday. We'll see how that works. But it does look like Hollywood Brown would go for the next couple of weeks. And yes, obviously, this is a huge thing. And Serta, you've talked about it, the lack of speed. And I think there's a part of that makes sense. But one of the things that I think a lot of people have talked about is, and I've seen this going since we've heard him potentially return, and that is, the explosive plays are back for the Chiefs. They're going to be able to have explosive plays like we expected. That to me is not really the big deal. And you've talked about the speed. To me, with the Chiefs, and I hope they continue with the quick game that we've talked about. But they are in desperate need, sort of not just really the explosive plays. I would back off of that if you're thinking that, because sort of, as you know, explosive plays comes with having time and having the ability to run certain routes down the field. And I don't know if this offensive line is going to be able to give that to you. But what this team desperately needs is they need to find guys sort of that can uncover quickly. Guys that can create separation quickly, not necessarily down the field. Because right now, they got one guy sort of in Worthy that's able to do that. And they're not even really running routes for him to uncover quickly. They just started it last week, and we saw him get quick catches. But they're running down the field, deep drags, deep posts down the field. That's what they're doing. What Hollywood can do is now give you another guy, and probably better than Worthy with his experience, give you another guy that can uncover immediately and somewhere that he has a chance to go with the ball. Because, excuse me, right now, they will have Watson on the field, Hopkins on the field, Kelsey on the field, Juju on the field, hell, sometimes all four of them at once. And none of those guys uncover quickly. And I think that's what this team needs.
Really fighting through this first topic here.
I am.
Yeah, it's really just offensively for the Chiefs. It's about guys that you have to respect as a defense, because I don't think Justin Watson gets a ton of respect. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster at this point in his career gets a ton of respect. And, Kelsey and Hopkins still get that respect, but they're just not burners the way that they have been in the past at this stage of their careers. Like, that's where the speed comes in. That's where the being able to get open quickly in the short areas comes in. And just having somebody that can take a screen and can turn it into a 25-yard gain or something like that is huge, because like we saw the Chiefs do that with Travis Kelsey with so much success in years past, but like Kelsey's just not that kind of player anymore. He is a possession kind of move the sticks guy. He's just not a chunk gain guy anymore. And Hopkins can do that a little bit down the field, but it's like they have to be contested catches because he doesn't create that separation anymore. Hollywood Brown can create separation, and then they can mix Xavier Worthy back into the mix here. And it's just another layer of this offense that defenses are going to have to respect.
Well, yeah, it just gives you two guys to do that, right? Like it's a pretty tough combination, sort of, when you got an offensive line that doesn't hold up well, especially on the edges. And then it forces him to then have to hold it because guys take a little longer to get uncovered. And it's clear, and I've gone back and looked at some games, and I probably shouldn't do this to myself, but Rashee Rice was the answer that could uncover quickly. And it wasn't routes down the field. It's right in the middle of the field, bam, somewhere you can see that Pat can go immediately. And they just haven't had that option consistently. And I think more than explosive down the – now, as you know, sort of, Hollywood Brown can take a dig route 60, and he can take a slant 60. He can, but really it is more or less, bam, all right, I got an answer immediately, and I don't have to hold it and let TJ Watt come and hit me because I don't have nowhere to go with the ball. And you saw that in the first half last week, so many times, him just holding it. All right, is this the week? Will this be the week? And I don't even know if I'm gonna be short to just even ask the Chiefs to give me an A game, sir. For me, I have been saying this in some sort of a way for a while. I just want to see one game in which the Chiefs look the part of a Super Bowl type team. And so I think a lot of people hear that in their mind means blowout, beat the hell out of somebody. And that's not necessarily it. To me, it's playing good football. And you can play good football. Like there is a way sort of that they play good football, and this game is not a blowout, right? Because the Browns have players and have an offense that can do some things, and the Browns have Myles Garrett. Like they can do some things. Like it could be a one possession, two possession type of game that's not just an ass kicking, not 52-6 like the Lions do to the Jags or something. But to me, just play good football and look the part. And I don't think they've looked the part. You can just look in the last, 8-10 games, sort of, where it's just massive things where you're just like, good God, man. Like that's just not going to get it done, when you are really faced with it. And I just want to see one performance where it's not like, hey, man, we moved the ball, but we kicked 4 field goals today. Or, hey, man, the Chiefs, we talked about this yesterday this morning on Showing BK. Like the Chiefs defense, 6 consecutive games has had the ability to get off the field and close the game or give the ball back to Mahomes and the offense to have them win the game against Buffalo. And they have failed 6 straight weeks. Like we'll go a second half where they all right against the Panthers. You're like, all right, maybe this is it. But then they can't stop Bryce Young in the second half, and then they can't protect. And it's just can we see a game, and is this going to be the week where they look the part of a Super Bowl type of a team? And if we're honest, they have not looked the part, sir.
Yeah. But it's like, it's not even like I need them to go out and like totally dominate and win by, by 3 touchdowns or something like that. Like it's just like,
no,
can they make a few plays? Can they connect on, one deep ball to Worthy? Can they hit a couple of these splash plays that they just have not been able to find a way to connect on? And can the defense, get a turnover or 2 and win up front and make some plays? Like, can they just do all of those things? And can they win by 10 points? Because they haven't beat a team by 10 points since they played the 49ers. And they've only got 2 wins on the season where they won by 10 or more points. Like, can they just win by a couple of scores here so that we're not stressed out until the final 30 seconds of the game?
Yeah, it's twofold. Like, hell, man, can they do that? But I don't mind a close. Like, it's just like close games happen. For me, sort of seriously, it's like the Ravens-Bengals game to me, where it felt like, now they had a critical mistake that, Pat threw a bad pick, but that looked like a team where I'm like, all right, if they took that game the way they played, I think they could win against anybody. I don't know how many performances they've had like that since. And I just want to see one. I want to see one where they don't just turn the ball over or, as you said, just miss easy plays down the field or get in and kick 4 or 5 field goals. I mean, that's just becoming damn routine, right? And it's just, can we see you look the damn part? All right. Who are Super Bowl contenders, Serta? Every last one of them in the last 5 weeks have a game where you can point to, 6 weeks, have a game where you can point to and say they looked the part, except for the Chiefs. And can we just see one? All right. Listen, man, I'm a big fan of Michael Irvin. I like Playmaker. I don't mean to name drop here. I've had Playmaker on. I've had Michael on. He used to be almost a regular with us. Used to talk to Mike probably 6 to 10 times a year before he lost his gig as an Odyssey employee. But this new look that Mike's going with, I don't understand it, sir. I don't know if you've seen it or the people here, but he has really adopted the sweater, wrap it around you, tie it up around your shirt that you're already wearing. The real California. The first time I ever saw that was from Leon Carosi on Saved by the Bell, who was the father of Stacey Carosi, who went on to be Kevin James's wife at King of Queens. And now she's that scientific church lady. But like he rocks the hell out of it. He is on Speak with Joy Taylor, God bless her, and Keyshawn and Paul Pierce. And every time he's on the end of that table with that thing, and I thought, well, maybe this is a one-time thing. Then I saw him on Netflix at the fight between Tyson and Jake Paul, and he does it. And now he's adopted. Like, sir, I just want to know, like, when did this become his thing? And when did he look at that and say, you know what? That's it. And this is coming from somebody who loves a good scarf. And I'll put the scarf on, but this all of a sudden just came out of nowhere where Mike's new style and swag is this old preppy look that he is rolling with like he's playing tennis.
See, I think of when you talk about sweater tied around the neck, I think of like Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Sure, preppy, yes. Preppy, yes. Carlton, he rocked it. I never thought Michael Irvin. When you say that Carlton or Leon Carosi are 2 examples, yep, Michael Irvin's going to pick that up. I know some of his dudes from Florida that he grew up with that hopefully are still with us and say, Mike, hey man, what's up with this sweater around the neck thing, dog? Where you pick that up?
He's got a new stylist or something that
But
told him
I
to
mean,
do it.
you think this is no? See, the amount of times that he's doing it, Steve, it's like, I mean, for him, it's like Doug's hat. Like it's like it's what he's coming out. He's not leaving the house without a sweater across the neck, and I just like that had to have been a personal thing where he saw and said, "Man, I like that. I like that." It's like some of the rappers or guys who put on these non-prescription glasses, but like the look of them, like, all right, when they had the gold rims or something around them, like, I'm gonna rock these things. I just don't understand where Mike is going with this. I don't love it, and he obviously does, so he's not going anywhere with it. But Mike, man, let's rethink that thing. You got swag in other places. Hi, Mom and Courtney.